Hey everyone, hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, a great meal, and some awesome time with the family. Today we're talking about the top 10 most valuable Topps rookie cards of the 1970s. Okay, I'm going to go over some guidelines real quick. If you're impatient like me, go ahead and click ahead to the next chapter to start with the number 10 most valuable rookie card of the 1970s. Okay, the big question is, why are you using PSA 10 as the gold standard? That's true. There are several card grading companies other than PSA. You got BGS, SGC, CGC, and CSG. But PSA, or the Professional Sports Authenticator, is widely considered the top choice for sports card grading due to its long-standing reputation for reliability, consistency in grading standards, extensive market recognition, and all of the robust features like population reports and set registries, which allow collectors to easily access the value of their cards in the marketplace. So some key reasons why PSA is the preferred choice. They definitely have market dominance, as they have been a leading player in the sports card grading industry for decades. They established themselves as the most recognized and trusted name among collectors. They also have a standardized grading system utilizing a well-defined grading scale, which ensures consistency in how cards are evaluated across different graders, which is crucial for fair pricing. They also have an extensive database in reporting by providing detailed population reports and set registries, which allow collectors to see how rare a specific card is, significantly impacting the value. They also have a high resale value, as cards graded by PSA generally command higher prices on the secondary market compared to cards graded by the other companies due to their established reputation. Lastly, they have authentication services through its DNA division, providing additional assurance of a card's legitimacy. Now let's talk about some definitions. Population, or the abbreviated POP, is used to indicate how many graded cards exist or how scarce they are. For example, a Pop 1 PSA 10 card means that it is the only one in existence. There is one card that has a PSA grade of 10. What is a grade 10? How does PSA define grading score of 10? A PSA 10 card is a virtually perfect card. The attributes include 4 perfectly sharp corners, a sharp focus, and full original gloss. A PSA 10 card must be free of staining of any kind, but an allowance may be made for a slight printing imperfection. The image must be centered on the card within a tolerance not to exceed approximately 55-45 to 60-40% on the front and 75-25% on the reverse. Ungraded. In the sports card world, an ungraded card is a card that has not been evaluated and given a grade by a third-party service. It's often referred to as raw as well. Cards that are purchased in packs like Topps baseball cards are usually ungraded. Now I'm interested to know, have you graded any cards? And what company did you use, and how was your experience? Please let me know in the comments. Alright, let's get into our top 10 most valuable Topps rookie cards of the 1970s. Okay, coming in at number 10, 1979 Topps number 411, the card of Hall of Famer and member of the famed Steel Curtain, Donnie Shell. Now, according to PSA, there have been over 800 cards graded, with only 4 cards graded as a 10, which is just 0.49% of the total graded population for the card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $5,600, with the ungraded value sitting around $4.42, which is 72nd overall out of all of the rookies of the 1970s. Donnie Shell played 14 seasons for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time first-team All-Pro, and is in the Hall of Fame. Next on our list at number 9, 1972 Topps number 291, and the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. According to PSA, there have been just over 600 cards graded, with only 7 graded as a 10, which is at 1.12% of the total graded population. The current PSA 10 sale price is $7,250, with the ungraded value sitting around $249.98, which is number 1 overall out of all of the rookies of the 1970s. Steve Spurrier, as a player, played 10 years in the league, mostly for the San Francisco 49ers as a quarterback and a punter. Moving on to number 8 on our list, 1977 Topps, number 177, Steve Largent. According to PSA, there have been over 4,400 cards graded, with only 26 graded as a 10, which is just 0.58% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $7,300, with the ungraded value sitting around $12.50, which is number 29 overall out of all the rookies of the 1970s. Largent is number 19 on the career receiving yards list and number 36 on the career receptions list. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time first-team All-Pro. He also led the league twice in receiving yards and is in the Hall of Fame. Next, coming in at number 7, 1975 Topps, number 367, the quarterback of Air Coryell, Dan Fouts. Now, according to PSA, there have been over 2,800 cards graded, with 33 graded to a PSA 10, which is 1.16% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $7,405 and a penny, with the ungraded value sitting around $14.86, which is number 23 overall out of all the rookies of the 70s. Dan Fouts played 15 years in the league for the San Diego Chargers. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler, a 2-time first-team All-Pro. He led the league 4 straight years in passing yards from 1979 to 1982, and he's also in the Hall of Fame. Okay, at number 6, 1972 Topps, number 55, Super Manning himself, Archie Manning. According to PSA, there have been over 1,700 cards graded, with only 15 graded as a PSA 10, which is just 0.85% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $7,489.75, with the ungraded value sitting around $7.50, which is number 38 overall out of all the rookies of the 1970s. Manning played 13 years in the league, most notably for the Saints. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler and led the league in both attempts and completions in 1972. Okay, we're halfway there, and coming in at number 5, 1973 Topps, number 89, Mr. Pittsburgh and the leader of Franco's Italian Army, Franco Harris. According to PSA, there have been nearly 3,100 cards graded, with only 2 graded as a PSA 10, which is a minuscule 0.07% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $9,130.30, with the ungraded value sitting around $26.84, which is going to be number 10 overall out of all of the rookies of the 1970s. Harris played 13 years in the league, most notably for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time first-team All-Pro. He was the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 1972, and comes in at number 15 on the list of career leaders for rushing yards, and is in the Hall of Fame. All right, moving on to number 4 on our list, 1972 Topps, number 200, Captain America, Roger Staubach. According to PSA, there have been over 4,800 cards graded, with only 4 graded as a 10, which is just 0.08% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $18,333, with the ungraded value sitting around $48.66, which is number 5 overall out of all the rookies of the 1970s. Staubach played 11 years in the league with the Dallas Cowboys. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler and comes in at number 100 on the list of career leaders for passing yards and is in the Hall of Fame. Now, cracking the top 3 on our list and coming in at number 3, 1971 Topps, number 156, the Blonde Bomber, Terry Bradshaw. According to PSA, there have been over 5,400 cards graded, with only 3 graded as a 10, which is just 0.06% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 sale price is $28,080, with the ungraded value sitting around $116.47, which is number 4 overall out of all of the rookies of the 70s. Now, Bradshaw played 14 years in the league for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time first-team All-Pro, was the league MVP in 1978, and comes in at number 67 on the list of career leaders for passing yards, and is in the Hall of Fame. Okay, our number 2 most valuable Topps rookie card of the 1970s, 1971 Topps number 245, the anchor of the steel curtain, Mean Joe Green. According to PSA, there have been over 2,800 cards graded, with 0 cards graded as a 10. The current PSA 10 value is estimated at about $30,060, with the ungraded value sitting around $43.87, which is number 6 overall out of all the rookies of the 70s. Joe Green played 13 years in the league for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's a 10-time Pro Bowler, a 4-time first-team All-Pro, was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1969, was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1972 and 74, and he's in the Hall of Fame. And finally, our number 1 most valuable Topps rookie card of the 1970s, 1976 Topps number 148, Sweetness, Walter Payton. According to PSA, there have been over 14,000 cards graded, with 55 cards graded as a 10, which is just 0.39% of the total graded population for this card. The current PSA 10 value is estimated at $43,826.80, with the ungraded value sitting around $200.79, which is number 2 overall out of all the rookies of the 70s. Walter Payton played 13 years in the league for the Chicago Bears. He's also a 9-time Pro Bowler, a 5-time first-team All-Pro. He was the Offensive Player of the Year and League MVP in 1977, led the league in rushing attempts for 4 straight years from 76 to 79, led the league in rushing yards in 1977, and led the league in yards from scrimmage in 1977 and 1978. He's also number 2 on the list of career rushing leaders and is in the Hall of Fame. And that, my friends, are the top 10 Topps rookie cards of the 1970s. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I own 2 of the top 3. I recently had a Terry Bradshaw rookie graded, and you can see that video right up here. And I also own a Joe Green. And what do you think I should do? Should I get this one graded too? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.